and emotions. A highly intriguing and thought-provoking question, in my personal opinion and perspective. Are they the same or not? What are emotions and what are feelings? Let's figure it out. Sensations, emotions, and moods arise from within us. We often use phrases like I feel, my heart feels, or intuitively I feel to describe these experiences. We can feel good at one moment, but not so good the next, just like how cats scratch when they are agitated. Yes, these are emotions. Experiencing a great feeling, that is, it is absolutely not just emotions, but a genuine sense of joy, happiness, and immense satisfaction. Sensations. Sensations can be connected to the physical condition of an individual. What state are you in? What is the condition of your body? If, for example, your body is sick, then the conditions of the body can give you a feeling of discomfort. A feeling of discomfort. These feelings we can, in some manner, without knowledge, comprehend and interpret as mood. So I am not in the mood today. Why? I do not know. I did not get enough sleep, huh? I am feeling tired and sluggish. Well, I'm not in the mood and I didn't get enough sleep, not quite in good shape. Next, sensations of pain, discomfort. For example, something hurts you. It will give unpleasant sensations. So the mood depends on the feeling. Essentially, mood and feeling are synonymous. However, feeling is what we experience. We are capable of experiencing because of certain negative actions that have taken place. So we feel somewhat bad. So in terms of our physical state, we can say that we are experiencing discomfort. If you recall, for instance, when you are involved in sports or have a healthy lifestyle, then your mood gets better. Why do they say participate in sports, swim, eat healthily, get enough sleep, and your mood will be amazing? I prioritize the well-being of my body. If I prioritize getting adequate sleep, if I prioritize consuming a balanced diet, then my probability of experiencing a positive mood is substantially higher than that of individuals who overlook the significance of their own body. That is, the body plays a significant role, a significant importance in maintaining a good mood. This is rule number 1. Definitely, this is energy. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Increased energy, that is, you have it in your body. In a healthy body, a healthy mind, as they say. In a body that is in good health, there is an ample amount of energy, especially if you, once again I emphasize, also dedicate effort to your emotional growth and well-being. However, at this point we will proceed to talk about this particular topic. So, that is the conclusion of our discussion. Proper nutrition, getting sufficient sleep, and cultivating healthy habits all play a role in increasing the likelihood of experiencing an elevated good mood. Mood, it comes, goes, and flows from sensations. How we feel is how we express ourselves through speech. We feel bad, we feel uncomfortable, so the word mood, in principle, we made up ourselves, yes, you can say. What is the mood, so to speak? This feeling of comfort, this feeling of discomfort. This also has to be, that is, when you are in the company of people you like, you have a comfortable state, you feel comfortable in a comfort, nothing is clamped there, you like the topic, that is, it is a critical situation, that is not critical, but let's say unpleasant. Suppose you are communicating with an individual who is unpleasant to you, someone you don't like. You may experience a feeling of discomfort. Or, for example, you communicate with toxic people. You may also feel discomfort, and you say that I'm not in a very good mood, I'm feeling down. I do not feel well. This situation is unpleasant. Your body produces certain hormones that are suitable for this situation. For example, you are in anger. Your body produces anger hormones, increased heart rate. Certain individuals may have fluctuations in blood pressure and accelerated breathing. If, for example, you are in a relaxed state, then, on the contrary, the breathing is free, relaxed. Therefore, there are many breathing techniques that are useful for restoring one's internal state. That is, mood. That is, via the body we have control over our state, our mood. Through the body, we have the ability to create our own mood. Not because there is or people simply do not know about this information. They believe that mood is something separate. It came and went. No, we can do it ourselves, we can create it. Next, let's proceed to our amazing tool, such as the brain. The brain? We became angry and frustrated during a complex and intense thinking process. Suppose we recollected that tomorrow is an extremely significant day, and we have the obligation to deliver a speech in front of the audience. What's happening? There is excitement, especially if you imagined it. I already talked about it in the previous video on this topic, how important thoughts are, how much power they have, and how important it is to be able to control thoughts. So, you have an imagination that tomorrow there will be a public performance, and you are completely overwhelmed with excitement and anticipation. You say, I am worried. I am overwhelmed with excitement. In fact, through the brain. The brain perceived it as a real situation and started sending signals to your body to produce the appropriate set of hormones that indicate, for example, excitement. And you're concerned. Small hands sweat, small palms, heart goes thump, thump, thump. And here, next, to view any content with a negative connotation, then naturally you should expect that your state will change, let's say, from positive to negative. However, it is important to note that this change in state may not always occur, as individual reactions can vary. Personally, I am a huge fan of horror movies. However, I have recently decided to stop watching them. I enjoyed it, but I had a preference for horror films that were not gory, rather something with a certain sense of mystery and intrigue. I have a preference for more mysticism, but regarding horrors, the ones that are bloody and cruel, no, I'm not interested in that. But still, even if there is a glimmer, even I am sure, you will understand what I am talking about now. Occasionally, in certain films, the music is extremely dramatic. Music is also exceedingly important. Each individual piece of music possesses its own distinct mood, as they commonly say. The music is dramatic, heavy. The scenes themselves can be somewhat sad, melancholic, exciting, and filled with thrill. Naturally, of course, it is necessary to expect and be prepared for the occurrence of such a state. Another question. Comedies, for example. Comedies lift the mood. The most important thing is that they absolutely do not act stupid. Due to the existence of such idiotic comedies, it is truly revolting to watch them, for a comedy to really have some meaning. By utilizing our sensory system, we have the ability to exert influence on our state of being, thereby impacting our overall well-being and emotional state. Sensory perception, that is, let's say, what we see, what we hear, in terms of our senses and how we experience the world around us. What we experience, what odors we experience, it also has an impact on our condition, perception. For instance, an unpleasant smell is capable of. No, not really, right? And sometimes the scent can lift your mood. For example, I like smells, specifically pleasant ones. And here are the pleasant smells. Can elevate your mood and even provide you with inspiration. If you recall, you visit upscale boutiques and restaurants where you encounter a delightful fragrance, and all of it is novel, that is, the aromas. Additionally, there is a feeling of something else as well, once again, naturally. It was pleasing to the eye and aesthetically satisfying in every way. All this affects our condition. Emotions. Let's proceed to emotions at this point. What exactly are emotions? So, we have determined the feelings. These are internal states that are created by the organism, meaning they can be created by external factors, and as a result, they can have an impact on the state of being. External factors have the potential to affect the internal state, and lifestyle choices also have an impact on the state of being. The condition of the body, the level of healthiness of the body, the amount of energy in the body, and so forth. Emotions. What is emotion? This is a plea for assistance, let's say. Let's refer to it as such. In the event that something occurs, the monkey, as an illustration, will emit a very loud scream. Why? For someone to come and rescue her. Let's assume she got trapped or encountered an incident, prompting their assistance in helping her. If something enjoyable is currently taking place, the cat is purring too, creating a pleasant atmosphere with its soothing and comforting sound. She expresses emotions verbally. The dog barks, indicating emotions, which can be anger or defense, conveying its state through vocalization. In general, emotions serve as signals. They can be verbal or nonverbal indicators of the current state or condition that I am presently experiencing or going through at this moment in time. Why do we need emotions? To comprehend our current status and gain understanding of the situation we are currently in. If I feel bad, or if I feel pain, I have the ability to scream, I have the ability to cry, I have the ability to mourn. If I was angry, I can withdraw into myself. That is, I don't want to see anyone, anything. I don't want to talk. This is also an expression of emotions. Here is silence. Yes, I withdrew into myself. Here I express my emotions in a quiet, calm way. Either I am screaming, or I am nervous, or I am crying, or I am laughing. I exhibit emotions of laughter, joy, and various other feelings. It is interesting that we are accustomed to emotions and they come out naturally. By its very nature, a self-educating entity, it has no other option but to express its emotions through tears of sorrow and frustration. We believe so, affirmative. At this location I began to cry because it caused me pain. Alternatively, at that location I laughed because it became amusing to me. In fact, what is interesting is that we memorize emotions. I would say, for example, tickling would be classified as genuine emotions. When we laugh and we are unable to stop, even if sometimes we do not enjoy it. But tickling still has the ability to induce laughter. We engage in study, that is, we familiarize ourselves with particular emotions that arise in specific circumstances over time. For instance, something novel happened to you, a fresh situation in your life, presenting you with a new experience and an opportunity for growth and development. How will the brain react now? Well, here's a totally brand new, here's an unfamiliar. Well, let's say no one has ever betrayed you in your life. In general. How are new emotions formed? That is, events. Then there will be such inhibition, that is, the brain thinks about what happened, what I feel. That is, we assess and evaluate the emotion experienced at the current moment in time, in any case or under any circumstances. And here the person slowed down, and he stands and does not think. And he stands and does not know how to react, what to do at all. He is in a break. Next, there is the decision regarding emotions. That is, yes, the brain swiftly comprehended the significance of it for him, and then the emotion itself. Let's imagine that a person is negative, a thinking person. He is accustomed to thinking negatively. And something unpleasant happened. Just like that, yes, the first time they gave it a very strong line. Here he decelerated and is contemplating. Naturally, which color is most likely to appeal to a person with a negative mindset? Very negative, yes. So what was that? Well, it was a deception. That is what it was. It is an unpleasant situation. Now he will be experiencing his own emotions. Yes, it hurts a lot. So what actions should I take in this particular case? I was betrayed. How should I react? How should I react to betrayal in general? I have never been betrayed. And how should I react to pain, to all this? At this point, a certain amount of emotion emerged, let's assume offense, shouting, or tears, for instance. Okay, he did it. Then something else happened again, once again, once again, once again. And then it will become automatic. I'm not saying that this person will be constantly betrayed. I gave as an example, for example, that the more often the same reaction to a situation is repeated, the more often, the deeper it will enter our subconscious, and neural networks will be built in our brain. The tracks will be organized, and the relevant information will be documented and recorded at that location. And next time we will respond with increasing speed and velocity, accelerating our reaction until it becomes an automatic, instinctive response. So what occurs is, when a new situation happens, we do not have a name for it, how to respond to it. We talk, we weep because I am experiencing pain. However, perhaps someone finds amusement when they are in pain. Or is he shouting? Here comes the pain, and the person screams. Or, for example, consider how to react to pain in different situations. And why is it pain? If it's physical pain, yes, you can say there will be a scream, possibly, but it will be related to physiology, that is, to the body. Or, who makes the choice regarding emotions? We are the ones who make the choice for ourselves. By type, let's go back to our childhood memories. This is not only transmitted by parents, and not only the child chooses. Actually, the child does not comprehend, for instance, the meaning of offense. Offense is a term, offense. How does it feel? Well, do not be offended, my dear. Now, I won't give you a candy, but don't be upset. So, what does the child feel? He was not given a candy, of course. He is upset. So, he's uneasy, right? Uneasy, that is, he desired her, but they didn't provide her to him. That is, he is uncomfortable with this news that he will not be given candy now. And here the adult quickly indicated what it is called: don't be offended, don't be upset, don't be angry. The child comes to the understanding that the emotion I am experiencing presently is known as do not be offended. And then they will say to him again, don't be offended, my dear, that's just how it is, don't be offended. And then he will say on the next occasion, I became upset because you did not give me a piece of candy. He had no knowledge of what hurt is, right? He simply felt bad, he didn't have a liking for it. But he already knows the word offended. I got offended because they didn't give me this. But we will come back to the children later, because we study all these emotions precisely from childhood. What are the strategies to manage emotions effectively? You can and even should learn how to manage and regulate your emotions. Why? Because by harnessing emotions, we have the ability to influence our internal state, a topic that we discussed earlier in our conversation. In other words, emotion, in and of itself, initially carries no inherent meaning or significance. So you begin displaying emotion, and you simply pull yourself into that condition. Have you ever heard about what is her name? Is it training with laughter? I'm curious. Can you give more info? I'd like to know. Laughter training. Something in this role. Road. So people just start laughing. And actually, I think it's very cool. Why? At first, they make themselves laugh, and then it becomes incredibly enjoyable that more and more people start to catch on to it. That is, the body begins working together with this laughter. That is, the level of joy, happiness, and so on escalates. So what have we accomplished? With the help of some muscles, smiles, laughter, here we have muscles. If we smile more often, our serotonin level, joy, and so on increase. If, for instance, we throw our shoulders back, straighten up, then we will feel more confident. Why is that the case? Due to the presence of clamps in the body at this location, the increased hunching over will exert more pressure on the airways and, in general, create an unnecessary background, which can have a detrimental effect on our overall state of well-being. Therefore, hunched people are usually insecure. Do you want to be confident or look and feel confident? Yes? First of all, what do you need to do? You need to straighten your posture and pull your shoulders back. This is necessary because through the body we, again, influence our state. As we improve our body, so we will feel. If I hunch over like this and drop my shoulders, after a while I will not feel very well. Well, at least not the way I want. So if initially we referred to the reaction to a certain situation as offensive and we didn't even have any feelings at all, let's say we were just in a stupor and then we made the decision that we were offended and we needed to be offended without a doubt. If we don't get offended now, something will happen. How can it be like this? Accepted. If betrayed, you must be offended. Because if you don't get offended now, you'll be some kind of abnormal person. How can you not be offended? Strive to be by the template. We were betrayed, we must definitely cry, scream, protest, I don't know, leave.